Thank you for coming out today. The land of Israel in ancient times was a place of two extremes, where few living things could survive in the southern half of the kingdom. This contrasted with the fertile city of Galilee in the north, with its thriving population. Their knowledge of the two extremes in nature must have colored their thinking about contrasting responses to God's call. This is urged in Moses' final words, "Today I set before you life and prosperity, death and disaster. If you are faithful to the Lord, he will bless you. But if you refuse to listen, if your heart strays, you almost certainly will perish. I set before you today life and death, blessing or curse. Choose life," he urges, "that you may live in the love of the Lord your God." This concept of the two ways, one good and one evil, deeply influenced the early church. It appears in the gospel today with its beatitudes and woes, and in the first reading from Jeremiah, where the result of our choices are linked to the extremes of nature found in Israel. A curse on those who trust only in themselves. They will be like a dry shrub in the southern wilderness. But a blessing on those who trust in the Lord is like a tree planted near water, where they will never cease to bear fruit. The prophets warn about social justice and sharing. Woe to those who add house to house and join field to field until everything belongs to them. In other words, woe to the speculators and those who seek a monopoly on the world's resources. Woe to those who from early morning chase after strong drink and stay up late at night and inflamed with wine. That is, those who are pleasure seekers. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who substitute darkness for light, and those who subvert morality and seek to lead others astray. Woe to those who, for a bribe, acquit the guilty and cheat the good man. That is, those who lack sense of justice and honesty in dealing with others. Human nature does not change. All these are just as relevant today as when the prophets first proclaimed them. Then there are people with no lofty ambitions, the poor and the destitute, those burdened with sorrows and those persecuted for trying to pursue the ideals of Christ. The only refuge for these is to place their trust in divine providence. And Jesus said, "Happy are those when they do so, because their confidence will be surely rewarded by God." Here Christ has turned upside down accepted worldly standards. And if you set out with all your energy to acquire the things which the world regards as valuable, you will in all probability get them. But that will be your sole reward. Whereas if you set out to be loyal to God and true to the message of Christ, you will be mocked and insulted by the world. But your reward is still to come, and that reward will be joy eternal, and nobody will be able to take that away from you. There are two ways, Moses said, blessings and curses, life and death. Choose life.